What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, and today we're going to be talking about the third track that has been unveiled for the upcoming album by Septicfleshs, Titan. Now, this track is going to run as track 4 on the album, but it is entitled Prototype, and this is the song, guys, that should have come out first, saying this is what this album sounds like. I know there are a lot of people who were mixed on Order of Dracul, and even so much as not really Burn. I didn't really see very many people getting that mixed on that particular song, but I feel like this one is the Vampire of Nazareth. This is the one that they should have put out first to say, this is what our album is going to be like, because out of the 3 songs that have been unveiled thus far, and I've probably said this in previous track reviews for this album, it's the best one. It's the best track to be released. And this one gives me kind of a vibe from Apocalypse, which was on the Great Mass. Some of the guitar work that you find later on in the song, past the 3-minute mark, is very reminiscent of that part of the album of the Great Mass. And as I've stated before, I really like the Great Mass. I thought that was a perfect album. But Prototype reintroduces something that I haven't heard from them in a long time. It brings back the female vocals, which have been present for a lot of the albums, but not necessarily in the style that they had, say, around A Fallen Temple. It kind of brings that back, which works very well with their modern production values. Prototype is just an awesome song. I honestly felt like at some times, because yes, you can definitely hear the orchestra in this song, but I felt like at some points there were also keyboards. I had to listen to this song about 2 or 3 times to try to find out if some parts were being played on synth or keyboard, and I honestly think they are. This track is available for streaming on a whole bunch of European sites. They posted it to their Facebook page, which is how I found out about it. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily the quality of the stream, but I really want to know as to whether or not those were synths or orchestral instruments, but I'm leaning more towards the synth side, which isn't necessarily that big of a deal. I mean, Therianthropy, the track to close out the Great Mass, had synth in it, no orchestras, and I think it's one of the strongest tracks on that album. Prototype, to me, is, if I wanted somebody to get interested in this particular album, that is the song that I would play for them. It is better than Burn, it is better than Order of Dracul. It just makes me want this album even more. I mean, it's a track like this that makes me want to go out and pre-order the limited edition of the album, which is what I did, because I already know that this album is going to be at least a 7 for me, because I honestly feel like in the modern era, this band really can't screw up that much with their current direction. But, I've been proven wrong before. With Prototype, if I had to give it a grade out of 10, I would give it a solid 8.5. This is a damn good track. If you have anybody who is remotely interested in this album who's like, well, what is it going to sound like? Please play this track for them, because to me, it is the best one so far, and I cannot wait for this album to drop. Prototype gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing out.